Hello ladies, welcome back. My name is Emma and this is my channel, Self-Growth Uncensored, where we talk about self-love, confidence, self-development, anything and everything across the board of that. And today I want to discuss my top 5 tips / recommendations when it comes to recognizing your own self-worth. Because if you don't recognize who you truly are and what you have to offer to other people, if somebody comes at you sideways, you're not going to see it coming and you're going to accept behavior way lower than what you should, like below the bare minimum, when in reality your standards should be up here for who comes into your life and how people treat you. If someone comes at you with disrespect and you are able to just accept that as it is, then your self-worth is very low. It's very low. When you have inner worthiness and you know that you are worth it and you are special and you deserve love and respect, then you're not going to accept behavior from other people that doesn't feel good, because you're able to make yourself feel good and worthy just through your own thoughts and beliefs and the way that you treat yourself. So today, I want to cover the things that have helped me most and what I've learned when it comes to cultivating self-worth. The first recommendation I have is to make a list of everything you can possibly think about that you love about yourself, that you find charming or that you find endearing or just cute. I did this a while ago. It was probably after a YouTube video I watched, and sometimes they have journal prompts at the end, and one of them was to do this task, and I thought it was kind of stupid because I feel like I already recognized most of the things that I appreciated about myself. But there's something special about writing on paper versus thinking in your head. That's just undeniable. So when you actually write something down, it's almost like your brain registers it as more factual and true because you can see it, like it's right in front of your face. So that's that's why I recommend actually writing it down rather than just thinking about it or meditating on it. Those things are helpful as well, but like I said, the physicality, especially if you're a very kinesthetic person, this is gonna help you a lot. It's gonna help you realize that there are so many things about you that you didn't even realize, because once you start writing, things are just gonna come popping out of your head left and right. You're gonna be like, yeah, like you could start like with physical, I love my hair, or when I get out of the shower and my skin, it feels really soft and warm, or I love my eye shape or my eye color, or the like my body, the way my arms look, my shoulders, there's so many things that you that you have the capacity to love about yourself. But going deeper than surface level, you're gonna start to unravel parts about your personality that you also love. Like, hey, like I'm actually a really funny person. I'm caring and thoughtful. I go out of my way to do things for other people and to go above and beyond and work smarter and harder than anybody else. Those are things that are very important to recognize in yourself. And once you stop, once you start, you can't stop. You're gonna open your mind up to all different possibilities, and as you go through your day, you're gonna be like, hey, like this is another trait that I have that I didn't realize I had, and it's actually like pretty darn valuable. It's so helpful, and it's a snowball effect in the most positive way. The second thing is to begin to recognize the little things that you do for other people. And this idea originated from Leo Skepi. Oh my God, I love that man. But one thing that he was saying was when somebody else does something little for you, whether that be you were thirsty and they brought you a glass of water, or you guys were going to meet up and they gave you a hug from behind, or someone texts you with plans of when to see you again, or they just send you a little I love you message, those little things, and you kind of feel like a flutter in your belly, in your heart, and like just that little feeling of feeling special from that person. And whenever you get that feeling, ask yourself, do I do this for other people? Because chances are you do. And the way that person made you feel when they did that thing is how you make other people feel when you also do that thing for them, you know? So to the best of my abilities, if I go to a coffee shop and I say barista and I just think she's beautiful, I will tell her that. I did that today. I was like, hey, like I think you're so beautiful. And she was like, she told me that I made her day, and that's just so special, having the capacity to impact somebody's emotions. And it's kind of like domino effect, you know? Once you give the love, you will always get the love back. It's like you're never gonna run out of love. And that's the most amazing thing. So by doing little things for other people, just naturally, like the energetics of the universe, you're going to receive that back. And it's just going to be a domino effect of love and spreading it and feeling it. It's one of the best ways to increase your self-worth, to give to other people and to recognize that you are able to do those things for others as well. My third piece of advice is a little bit more challenging, I'd say, and it requires, I'd say, some time and thought, because it's not as easy as most people put it out to be, and that is to begin to distance yourself from people that after you hang out with them, you feel worse or not as good as you felt before you hung out with them. Kind of like your energy was drained. We call these energy vampires, people that don't feel good and stable and secure and worthy in themselves, and so they almost like suck that energy from the giving, empathetic, and full of life people. These kinds of persons will drag you down, and they will limit your growth, and they will stop you. And as painful as it is, especially if you have known this person for a long time, or you used to have such a strong connection, and it feels like, no, like what if we can just like get back to that spot? You have to understand that people change and people grow, and sometimes people grow apart. That is not a bad thing. It's painful, yes, but I do believe that it's for your highest good. Usually, if you're going into times of isolation and separation from kind of how your life was, there is a huge spurt of growth coming your way. It's happened time and time and time again. So by distancing yourself from these people, you're allowing yourself, and you're creating the space really for you to grow into who you're meant to be. If you just stay around people that are toxic and don't see your worth and value, don't treat you how you know you deserve to be treated, how are you supposed to progress as an individual? You can't. And on a certain level, if you continually stay around these people, deep down you believe that you're not worthy of having great friends, of having a great relationship. Because if you did think you were worthy, you wouldn't be in this position. You would go search for better because you know that you deserve better. Advice number 4 is to start treating yourself like a princess. What I mean by this is taking yourself on solo dates, going to the coffee shop by yourself and reading a book, lighting a candle, making some cookies, and having a movie night either with yourself or with your family and friends, buying yourself flowers, or going on a little Target shopping spree to get some makeup or whatever your heart desires. The reason why this is on my list of how to increase your self-worth is because when you are able to give yourself everything and to treat yourself at such a high level and prioritize you on a daily basis, you're not going to accept behavior that is any less than that, because you're able to give yourself that. That is a bare minimum. If you're able to give yourself that, if somebody can't also give that to you, somebody else will. Because if you exist, other people like you exist. If you are able to treat yourself this well with, you have 2 hands, you have 2 legs, you have eyes, you have ears, they also have all of that, and they can't treat you well as well, then no. It would be a disrespect to yourself in order to accept that behavior. And by doing this, you're going to attract people into your life who start treating you like a princess, who start treating you well and actually giving you the same amount of energy that you give into your relationships and your friendships with other people. You'll actually start getting that reciprocated back to you when you start to truly prioritize yourself and be like, you know what? Fuck it. I am worth it. I am a worthy human being. I deserve to be cherished. I deserve to be prioritized. I deserve for people to reach out to me and to love me and to respect me. And when you get into this energy, trust me, people can feel that. Have you ever met a person and just felt desperate energy off of them? Like you just, it's like, I'm even moving back right now. Like it's very repelling, and you don't want to be around people that just crave you and want your attention and want your love, and like feeling of them needing it from you. That is so unattractive. So when you get into a spot of being like, hey, you either treat me well or you don't get to have me at all, you can't have more discipline and respect. Like that is so high value. You can't be more high value than doing that, and people will feel that off of you. You don't have to speak out your boundaries verbally for people to know them. It's in your body language. It's in the way that you talk. It's in the way that you carry yourself. That is like a silent message. Confidence is silent. It's not loud. And lastly, I want to talk about our human imperfections and our flaws. You really know that you recognize your own worth when you are able to look at the darker sides of yourself, your flaws, your imperfections, your insecurities, with compassion. And I know I mentioned this in a video quite a few months ago, but it's time to treat your flaws like you treat your best friend's flaws. So your best friend, obviously, they're not perfect. You know them probably better than anybody else in this world, and you have such a strong connection. They have insecurities, they have flaws, they have imperfections, but you don't see them as a lesser human being or unworthy. If anything, you just have so much love and compassion, and it's like you love this person even though you know all of these things about them. Even though you know that they have a shadow side, you still love them. You still respect them. You still cherish them. You still prioritize them. You are the same way. You have flaws and imperfections, but you deserve to be still, regardless of all that, be cherished, be loved, and be respected. If you can have compassion and self-respect and just like love yourself for your flaws, if somebody comes and targets them, it's not going to affect you as much. Because when you fully love yourself, what that means is that you fully love every part of yourself. Not just the good. It's really easy to love yourself when you're happy. It's really easy to love yourself when your body's looking your best, like straight out of bed in the morning and it's all toned, or after you go to the gym and whatnot. But what about the days that you don't feel so great? What about the days when when the only thing that you want to do is lay in bed and eat Oreos and drink soda? You know, what about those days? Do you still love yourself on those days? Do you still think you're worthy of love on those days? So what I recommend to you is to picture your best friend in your position. If your best friend was feeling very upset, if she was or he was going through something very dark and upsetting and depressive and didn't want to get out of bed, would you still love them? Because you would. Because you know that their worth and their value isn't determined by their flaws and their imperfections. It's determined by their character and who they are underneath all of that. Because emotions are passing. We aren't our emotions, we aren't our thoughts, because we are able to observe them. So the thing that is observing them, that's our soul. That's who we are at our core. You are just in this existence temporarily. You won't be here forever. You won't have your body forever. You won't have your thoughts or your feelings forever. They pass by and flow like clouds, you know. They're here and then they're not, and on to the next thing. So being able to differentiate who you are and how you feel, because those are completely different things. All right, that's all that I have to give today. I hope that you enjoyed it, and let me know in a comment below, or you can leave a like or subscribe. I love talking about anything along self-development because it's just something that I'm so passionate about in my day-to-day life. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you soon. Bye.